Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday. We've made it to the middle of the week. How are we doing this morning? I'm Shamani Baker. Thanks for joining me for News 5 Now at 8:05. As you all probably know, yesterday was a busy day across the Gulf Coast as we had runoff elections in a lot of different cities. And we have a change in leadership in Mobile, Pritchard, Robertsdale, Flomaton, Jackson. And we're going to go over some of those results here on News 5 Now. But I want to let you know ahead of time, if there's a specific race that you're looking for, make sure you head to WKRG.com. Right on the front page, you will get all of the elections results from last night, okay? We are going to go over a few things. Like I said, we have a new mayor in Mobile. We've got a frozen shrimp recall. So if you're thinking about cooking some shrimp here in the near future, you may want to listen up. We've got those stories and much more on News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green and Phillips Injury Lawyers, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
With our big stories this morning, number 5, a driver who pled guilty to hitting an 8-year-old girl at a school bus stop in Alberta and then drove off will be sentenced today. Catherine Rawlick hit the girl as the child waited at a bus stop on Kraling Road in 2024. The third grader was airlifted to Sacred Heart Hospital, but thankfully she survived. Number 4, a recall alert for Kroger customers in Alabama and Mississippi who may have purchased shrimp. More than 85,000 bags of brands like Kroger Raw Colosso and Aquastar shrimp may contain radioactive chemicals that could lead to an elevated risk of cancer. Be careful out there. Again, that's in Alabama and Mississippi. We don't have Kroger here locally, but again, we have people from all over watching News 5 Now, so that is something to be aware of. Number 3, a big change in leadership across several Gulf Coast cities. Voters elected new mayors in Mobile, Pritchard, Chickasaw, Robertsdale, Jackson, and Flomaton. In Mobile, Spiro Tiroganis defeated Barbara Drummond in an extremely close runoff election. The former district judge won by just over 1,000 votes, capturing 51.4% of the ballots cast. Tiroganis will assume office on November 3rd, taking over for current mayor Sandy Stimpson, who declined to seek a fourth term. It was a disappointing loss for Barbara Drummond, who won the general election last month by 6%. Not necessarily general, but she won the municipal election the first round by 6%. Drummond was seeking to become the first woman elected as mayor of Mobile and the city's second black mayor. Again, you can find complete election results on the front page of our website at WKRG.com. Number 1 for us this morning, work will begin next week on the Dauphin Island Bridge. It's a 4-year project to repair the concrete pilings, seal cracks, and add a protective coating. Work is expected to be complete by 2029. Well, as you know, we are in the second or third day of fall, and our question of the day is, what is your favorite part of fall? I said this the other day on News 5 Now. Caroline Carruthers has already decorated, right? Like, some people are just all for fall. Here's my thing. It doesn't feel like fall, so I'm not acknowledging it until, later on this year. I feel like it's not going to be until next year that we actually feel the effects of fall. But what do I know? What are people saying in the comments? Teresa says, you just don't realize how loud fans and air conditioners are. The first cold snap is wonderful silence. Yes. Someone says, college football is my favorite part. Now, I like that. Having to mow and rake leaves is my least favorite part. I'm with you. I'm with you when you're right. Nancy says, it's for sure not sweater weather when it's 90 out here. See? Nancy gets me. I'm with you, Nancy. It doesn't feel like fall. So I can't even talk about my favorite part until the weather adjusts. David says cooler weather, football, and Halloween. A lot of people are saying cooler weather, right? And that's fair. When I think of fall, That's what I think of. I think of the leaves falling. I think of the beautiful brown and orange and red colors. I think of cooler weather. I think of sweaters. Football season, of course, here in the South, that is huge. Janelle says, Christmas. All right. Mark says, is this a trick question? It's 92 degrees outside. See? We're all in the same boat there. Let's move over to our poll. Will you take Tylenol after President Trump's announcement? If you did not know, President Trump has come out and said, let me make sure I get this correctly. Trump is warning people that taking Tylenol and vaccines may leave some pregnant women with concerns. I believe they're saying that it may cause autism in children if women who are pregnant take the medicine. Let's see. Yes, that is true. They may see some complications. So the question is, will you be taking Tylenol moving forward? Let's see how many people voted. 545 people say yes, they will still be taking Tylenol, and 106 say no. Interesting. We want to hear from you, though. What are your thoughts? After hearing that, will you still be taking Tylenol? For some people, they feel like that is the only medication that helps their migraines, etc. What do you think? All you have to do to chime in is head to our Facebook page at WKRG. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to the page first, and then commenting on those questions and polls of the day, and we will share some of your responses right here on News 5 Now. Thank y'all so much for being here this morning. Again, happy Wednesday. I hope you have a great middle of the week and an even better rest of the week. We are almost to the end. Stay positive, folks, and I will see you back here tomorrow at the same time. Y'all have a great day. See ya.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now. Brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.
In the courtroom, the judge knows best, and this judge does too. If you've been hurt in a wreck, you need a law firm that knows the system and how it works. I'm attorney David Green. Call or come by anytime. You never need an appointment.